With only 8 hours of light, life seems to slow down in this part of Europe. It's this time of the year when you bundle up, when everything takes a little bit more effort. At the same time, gatherings, happenings, events and celebrations carry a different kind of joy, a more quiet, more reflective kind of joy. A few weeks ago, Om and I invited our friends over for a Diwali dinner. Many traditions we remember growing up with are simply not the same when the family is somewhere else in the world. And while I remember the sweets and Raksha threads, Om remembers the dressing up, the sisters' blessings, and the village dancing at the fire pit in the night. But instead of dwelling on the past, we take the memory and all its traditions and interweave them with our new life. And with this, we can look back on beautiful memories and look forward to creating ones that are our life today, which might be different, but never less meaningful. We all know Diwali as the festival of lights, and indeed, the Sanskrit words Deepavali means row of lighted lamps. And depending on where you come from, and depending on where you live today, and depending on which religion you might follow, the stories told will most likely vary. But what they all have in common is the triumph of good over evil, light over darkness. It's about victory, freedom, and enlightenment. It's about new beginnings. Take a moment and remember a day, a place, a person, the feeling of joy and happiness, the feeling of love, the feeling of flow, the lightness in just being, the knowing of all being the way it is meant to be. Remember the sounds surrounding you. Remember how it feels on your skin. Think about what you see. Feel into all of it and breathe deeply. Surrender to all of it and breathe deeply. At this moment, you are of high vibration. And at this moment now, tapping back into the memory, you most likely are as well. And if you linger there just a little longer, you most likely will feel uplifted, more clear, maybe even somewhat liberated. With all being energy, our body, our emotions, our thoughts, our entire being allows our energy to move and vibrate at a certain frequency. What we just remembered and felt was light energy, was high vibrational energy. Living this life means we will always experience both highs and lows. Love, joy, grief, sorrow. There will be places we go to that will feel like home. Others that make us anxious and uneasy. There will be people who we are drawn to and others we are repelled by. Everything has its validity. Everything is part of our lives and our experience here. I am more often asked how to release negative energy than how to draw in positive energy. You might say it is the same outcome, which indeed it is, but One approach is much more fear-based than the other, and I would even say that one is rather a result of external pressure than the other. And yes, there is a lot of pressure out there and a lot of labeling, and in addition, every day we're trying to withstand and digest the seemingly never-ending stream of wanted and unwanted information. We all want the triumph of good over evil. We all want light over darkness. We all want to live through victory, experience freedom, bathe in enlightenment, and have the chance for new beginnings. We all want the same outcome, and still, we too often forget to simply remember our moment of high, forget to remember to live through this moment again. Being kind to yourself and others, showing compassion, being grateful for what you have, breathing, always taking a deep, conscious breath to come back to the present. Singing, dancing, loving, crystals, meditation, nature, creativity, food. But yes, this is not a guide on how to release the low. Just a reminder that when emotions and thoughts become heavy and pressure strong, to remember the high is always there, it's always yours. Take it whenever you need it. When I sit down to channel Spirit's story, I'm always amazed at how things come together in the end, leaving me in this very grateful awe state. So, let me tell you this week's story, brought by a young woman who passed a very, very long time ago. As I run through the muddy alley, the air becomes heavy with smoke and heavy with fear. How often did I read about it, and how often did man talk about it? Once it comes, no one can escape it. We haven't built for it. We are not built for it. I pull my heavy dress high and feel my boots sinking into the ground. I gasp for air, and as I run, the smoke closes on around me, leaving me isolated. I hear them, yes. I can still hear them. I don't belong here. I'm not supposed to be here. And if I'm not supposed to be here, I'm not supposed to die. And as I run, I grow impatient with the injustice put upon me. I feel people rushing past me, and with the air becoming thicker, I want to believe that they're holding hands, filling the surrounding space with reassurance of love, strength, and belief. My legs grow heavier every step I'm taking now. I did come here with a purpose today. I am meant to be here. Who I believe to be doesn't release me from my destiny. My stiff hand clenches my dress, and the slower I get, the quieter my thoughts become. I keep on hearing waves of voices. I keep on hearing next to kin, next to kin. My knees fall to the ground, I fall to the ground, and while the warm mud covers my skin, something heavy pushes me even deeper. There is somebody else, next to kin. I lay still, and as the voices subside, the smoke remains. An arm is being wrapped around me, holding my hand while I fall into a long slumber. Next to kin. Long after, I will get to know about the words that were spoken, the words that were written, always saying how unfortunate the muddy LA was without being next to kin. We might define ourselves by the country we are born in, the languages we speak, the beliefs and possessions we hold, and while we seem to be this one dot in billions of others, we get to know how our actions do not hold borders of any kind. And with that, we change what was meant to be next to kin. You laying your arm around the world and holding it in your embrace is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen.